Twisters, a standalone sequel to Twister. Has nothing to do with the original movie, but I can't really judge it because I haven't really seen the original movie. So I'm just judging this movie based on its own merit. So here we go. Hello, hello. My name is Brandon Wheeler, and I'm just a guy from Georgia and everything. I'm recently out of the military and everything this past year. Got a straw that I used because it's just a speech aid because heat thing happened to me 2 years ago this day, actually, and ever since then, top five, that. So that's why the straw. Moving on. Speaking of 2 days, but it's 2 days. That's how I mark this event that happened to me. But 2 days to my brother's birthday, and for my brother's birthday on July 20th, one of his favorite type of movies that always comes out and everything like that, disaster movies, weather movies. He likes disaster weather movies and stuff. So this one, Twisters, which he likes the original, which I haven't seen, but I guess after seeing this, I'm gonna have to see the original to compare to like, okay, what's the comparison that we're doing here? So my brother's always like weather type stuff with movies and tornadoes and stuff like that. So I was just kind of like, oh yeah, we're gonna have to see this. I know it's just come out, so no spoilers. So not doing that to you, but just basically what is just a rundown of what this movie is about. You know, kind of get the idea. This girl named Kate. She's played by Daisy Jones or so. I'm not exactly sure. She was cute and everything in the movie and stuff. I was like, all right. She has, you know, kind of a sciencey. Her and her friends trying to come up with an idea of trying to say do something to kind of collapse tornadoes. I guess from like the within, kind of like it's there's like a pressure thing that kind of like collapse a tornado. I don't know science wise if it's valid, if that's the idea of it. I don't know if that's actually a good idea or if that's something that can be done. But because I'm thinking of like, can you collapse a tornado from the inside? If it's something that is possible to be done, then they have to. Hopefully, if scientists, if this is an actual thing you can do, please do it. But I don't know if that's possible. Um, but of course, horribly goes wrong, and of course, then it goes future and everything, and then they're not future, but years later, and now they're trying to see if they can try it again. That's basic stuff I'm telling you. You have the cowboy guy who's a tornado wrangler, pushing all his YouTube stuff and everything like that, and everything. Yeah, he's a character and stuff, and everything like that. Seeing all the Midwest stuff. While speaking of this happened to me when I was stationed out in Texas in Fort Hood. So at the time, now it's Cavazos, the heat and everything like that. But that Midwest type culture and everything, Oklahoma and stuff. I haven't been to Oklahoma yet, but I should probably make a trip out there one of these days. But the rodeo section of the movie is like, this feels like a feel good. I thought that's a feel good movie. My brother kept telling me right afterwards, like, there's a city towards the end of the movie, or just featured in the movie that's in Oklahoma, is like it was actually a victim of a giant tornado and everything like that. That was like 2.6 miles wide or something. And even this year, like past couple of years, it hasn't been a lot of things with tornadoes, but this year there's been a lot of stuff, activity tornado wise, that's been going on from what I understand, seeing some stuff going on. My brother keeps track of it. He likes looking at stuff like that and everything. But this tornado, different twisters. Of course, it's called Twisters in the movie. Does it have any relation to the first? From what I understand, no. It's just like its own complete thing. So if you're expecting to see people from the first movie, I don't think there's anything. I will spoil this. No, I won't. Never mind. Because it might disappoint some people. There's one thing I knew that was famous from the first movie that people would probably be disappointed in. But anyway. Um, Uh, Judging based performances, performances are good and everything like that. Again, characters, more character-driven story, has some sciencey mumbo jumbo and stuff. Oh yeah, if because it's a weather movie, someone asked me, does it have any? If you're into politics or anything like that, this is your little warning. Has any type woke stuff, liberal things, global warming, anything like that? The answer is no. It is completely free of say any type politics or anything like that whatsoever. The only thing is it kind of spoils the motivations of things in the movie is something dealing with some character stuff going on the side, and that's nothing political necessarily whatsoever. That's just I know some people stuff like that happening. But there was nothing political really about the movie at all. There's like nothing political. It's all down level to people. So actually having a movie that doesn't really have anything like that, it's like, oh wow, that's good, that's fresh. Because it's just there's a lot of the main character, the girl, she is from Oklahoma, and the guy doesn't know that he's from Arkansas, but he calls her city girl, and until she reveals, no, I'm actually from here. But he she it felt like there's a portion in the movie where they show a rodeo. I actually got to visit a rodeo when I was out in Texas. Uh, when I was out there in Killeen, there was a rodeo thing they held, and I never got to go before. I was like, sure, I'll go see a rodeo. Never been to one before. I had some fried Oreos and a Pepsi. It was a good time. And seeing, different, the clowns doing stuff and uh, horses doing some things and them doing some stuff with the cattle and everything. It was a unique experience, and I highly recommend it. I definitely want to go to another rodeo again. I'm not sure about bull riding though, but they did have that there. But not saying about bull riding per se, but I do like seeing stuff. But seeing that kind of everything, and of course it's tornadoes, twisters, so there's destruction. Um, Seeing some of that, and of course I've seen a lot of videos and stuff. If you do anything online, you see videos of destruction of the stuff that happens in different areas, and it's just like seeing that hometown close knit type thing, small town stuff get wrecked is it's heartbreaking in some ways. I like the approach, even though it's not necessarily stated in the movie, but I like the approach of being able to get through it because part of the movie is dealing with trauma, which again won't spoil, but being able, you face your fears and you ride through it no matter what, and you try to face it and everything because it can help others in some ways. But having that, I almost feel like a very American patriotic movie, almost, almost. It's not that way, but I was just taking it kind of that way, just where it was hitting me. I'm like, okay, it's just seeing that close knit this and seeing people's lives and everything going on is just it. It hurts. A few years ago, you could look it up. We actually had a tornado here in Georgia. I think it's around 2013, 2014, 15. I don't recall exactly when, but it was several years ago. Oh gosh, it might have been almost 10 years ago. Don't feel as that long, but it might have been. Adairsville. And at Adairsville, Georgia, there was a tornado, and it wrecked the place. Understatement. I think I met someone a few years ago that still said, of course, a couple of years ago that someone said, yeah, after several years, it still hadn't fully recovered. And that was Adairsville. Imagine a tornado in Tornado Alley just going all over the place and stuff. It puts humility and respect in everything, and that's what I like. If you want to know my opinion of the film, I like the film because seeing that closeness of just the small things of the people in the cities, everyone being around and everything like that kind of American community type thing, and then people trying to work together, help rebuild us. I like that. I really did. I like it. So as you can say, a small background type moment, despite the characters being in the front, it was good in that aspect. But again, politics free, just focusing on the characters and feeling the community and everything around. That's great. It's like make more things like that. But it was also kind of heartbreaking because you see firsthand and everything going on, and yeah, especially what happened with the dairy. So I remember them, like the Starbucks near the Walmart here, had a box, like donate to help the people of Adairsville and everything like that. And I remember I put some stuff in it because I don't think I've been through Adairsville except maybe through passing through, maybe once or twice going to like Chattanooga or something. But I think that's out of the way. Anyway, but everyone keeps talking about Adairsville, Adairsville, Adairsville. And that was, because of misnomer. We don't really deal with tornadoes per se here. Like, there was a tornado that happened, I think, it wasn't, it was a hurricane, but New York doesn't really get tornadoes that much, not often. Like a lady in the weather says, like, we had an F1 time, and she's like, F1. Whereas Oklahoma, no, but F4, F5. It's just like, oh my gosh. There's a guy I'm subscribed to on YouTube, but I keep track of it at times, but he does a lot of live streaming. Ryan Hall, who's a type of meteorologist and everything like that. He keeps track of trying to, do a lot of different radio stuff and keep track of the different tornadoes and everything like that. And I guess he gets some information from tornado chasers throughout the thing and such. So it's a hard job. And some people, yeah, they do it for the thrill, but there are things actually doing it for the benefit of others to try to figure out the location and try to warn people to get out as much as fast as you can. And something that's like, you know what, you have to respect it. I respect it beforehand because growing up, we had a movie my brother liked watching about the effect of tornadoes. It talked a little bit about the science of tornadoes and everything, but also had a lot of home video taken from people showing the effects of tornadoes. Like I still remember this guy, you just see a tornado, you see a house like far off in the distance, maybe like a mile, not far from where this guy is staying. He's saying, oh, he hopes this neighbor of his is in her basement. He hopes she's in her basement. He hopes she's in her basement because you just see the tornado passing. You see the house, and the tornado's just sucking it up as it going by. And he's like, oh, I hope she's in her basement. And all throughout that thing. And there is a portion of the movie that actually takes place in an underpass. A part of that tornado movie, that like documentary type thing, actually had people in an underpass, and just you hear just the sucking and like a train and everything just force that was in reality in the movie. They actually had something like that. I was like, that's what I was thinking of throughout the thing. The only tornado in real life that I might have had was our dad woke us up in the middle of the night. We had to get underneath our table, and he kept watch on the TV. There was like something going on, but seemingly there was like a kind of tornado coming our way or something. But it like went up in the air, and then it went over us and dropped down somewhere else. And I don't really remember, but it was in the 90s, like early 90s, like 94, 95. 96. I was very young. I was born in 91. But because tornadoes, they kind of hop in a lot of different ways. I don't exactly understand how it is, but they do. They kind of, it's not just always a plain thing. It kind of goes up and then it comes back down, touchdowns or something like that. But okay, back to the movie. A lot of signs in my jumbo. But back to the movie. The movie is, if you want a good thriller, action kind of flick and everything like that, just something that you could just sit back, watch, and see a close knit type community type thing, kind of in a way, just down to earth characters and everything. I highly recommend this movie. I do. I actually thoroughly enjoyed this movie more than I thought I would, and I'm gonna have to watch the original Twister to see what like how do they deal with it in different ways, especially in the '90s where all the access stuff and like I already tell the stuff in this movie, all the sciencey mumbo jumbo, computers, access, all the different stuff we have, completely not probably available to the '90s Twister movie because that wasn't available in the '90s. I mean, heck, cell phones weren't even really a thing in the '90s that much, not strong ones anyway. They did have them, but not to the extent. We had a lot of landline stuff in the '90s. A lot of you people don't know about dial-up. You youngins. All that dial-up sound. All right, but if you've seen the movie, go tell me what you thought of the movie. If you haven't seen the movie, okay, I'm trying not to spoil and everything like that, but I think you'll enjoy the movie if you everything like that. So hope you enjoy it. Tell me what you think, and I'll see you in the next review. Goodbye.